Bum, bum.
All right, welcome to another delightful episode of City Reverberations. It's Saturday, January 10th, 2026. It's our first show of the new year. Happy New Year, and everybody. The way too late, 10 days afterwards. Yes. Happy New Year, John.
Happy New Year, sir. And how about the Blazers undefeated in 26?
Yeah, and I don't know about the games from today, but as of yesterday, they had the longest win streak in the league, 5 in a row, and what was it, 7 of 8? Um,
Yeah, is it 7 of 8? Yeah. When did they lose? They lost to.
OKC, they got spanked.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was New Year's. Yeah, that was so the first. So have we? Yeah. So yeah, we won a couple before that, right? Yeah. The obviously win streak go back to back over Houston was impressive. That obviously the last two games played them Wednesday and Friday, and I was like, okay, we could get one. Even on the radio they were talking about,
Yeah,
you know,
that's got to be the goal. Is I mean, you're playing the same team twice in a row. It's so hard to beat the same team twice that your goal is you want to split it with them, and especially when you're playing Houston is clearly a better team than Portland, although after beating them twice, yeah,
that's gonna put some doubt.
yeah. But I mean, if you just look at the roster, they have a better roster than Portland. But
I think it's always a matchup. I think it was. I'll touch one thing interesting of who was at the second Houston game. Greg Oden, he was in the crowd. Durant being there, and I totally didn't think about it. I was just like, oh yeah, we beat him twice, and
did you
Oden's there, and
Did you see that? Well, I mean, in that situation, Durant's getting the last laugh. I mean, if you're going to compare
still
Odin
playing.
and Durant, he's still playing. He's still making $50 million plus a year. I mean, he's
Very
probably
true.
making more this year than Greg did in his whole career. Um, but what was I going to say? I lost my
Was it
train of
about
thought.
Durant? Durant
Oh
something?
yeah, it was Mark Mason. Did you see that during a timeout that he actually said into the mic? He's like, "By the way, everybody, take a minute to salute Kevin Durant on passing Wilt Chamberlain to number 6 all time or number 7 all times in the NBA all time scoring lead."
I
And it was right when Durant was checking in, so he was right next to Durant or to Mark Mason, and and
nice.
and he was like he dapped him up, and it was a nice little moment.
I didn't know when and where they mentioned it in the broadcast somewhere that happened, but I was waiting for like a replay or something of it. But that's cool that Mason did that. And I know I heard Durant. He made something after comment after. He's like, yeah, they know basketball. They're classy town or whatnot. Something that was positive, about it. And it's just like these guys are. I think people and I'll agree with him that we've said this before that there's different levels of fandom in Portland. There's the people who go to games for the entertainment, and then there's the people that go to the games for the game and are, they're invested in it, but they're realistic and they understand what's going on. And even if they bark at it, but we have smart fans for the most part, even if they're not going to the games during the downtimes, because
Yeah,
they're
definitely.
fed up with it.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
there's been a lot of years. I mean, think about and before I say this, there are teams that are worse off than us. There are teams that have never won a championship. There are
oh,
teams that have never played in a championship, but still to have a drought for what is it now, 58 years? Am I doing my math right?
yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's not 58, 48 years. Yeah.
23 and 25, 48. Yeah, 48 years. Um, yeah, that's true. I was speaking of have it worse. Did you see the score today at all? Did you see
No,
Utah?
no.
Utah put up. Let me see here. Wait a minute. They put up 95 points in 4 quarters. The Charlotte Hornets put up 115 points in 3 quarters. They won 150 to 95.
Yeah, that's Man, that's ugly.
It was there was a point I looked at the stats. They were up 47 points at one point before half.
Charlotte is terrible. Charlotte is
Utah
literally
is worse.
I know, but Charlotte is literally one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, they're a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they well technically they were. Oh well, yeah, they swapped positions. Who knows? Utah. Yeah, they're that was a bad game. But sorry, back to important stuff. And Trailblazers playing freaking good basketball.
Yeah, and still
I
so
mean,
short-handed. It's like they've the thing that is turned so like they had a 3-game losing streak before this. It was the Clippers, Orlando, and Detroit. And during that and a 3-game win streak against Sacramento twice and Golden State, and then New Orleans, Memphis, and Detroit loss again. So there was quite a bit of losing in there. And that was all during the times when we're like, they're riding Tumani too hard. They're asking too much of him. They're asking too much of Denny. And I think
yeah,
part of the adjustment that has led to the recent success is that they're asking them to do less. And CD Sissoko's doing more, and Donovan Clingan is doing more, and Shaden Sharp's doing more, and they're
yep,
all trying to play make more so that Tamani can be what he's supposed to be,
yeah,
defensive Tasmanian devil, and hit threes and occasionally drive.
yeah. And I know some of the stuff. Exactly what you said. Everybody has stepped up. I mean, it's impressive to see Tumani hit shots. I mean, we don't win these if he doesn't hit those open shots. Denny is making the right plays. You don't think of it. I mean, Denny on his own right is playing all-star ball. There's no doubt you
I
cannot
mean,
put him
it's
in the
it
all-star.
like everybody's saying when they talk about him, it's beyond all star at this point. You got to start considering him for all NBA, one of the all NBA
Yeah,
teams. It's like he is upped his game to that
no,
level,
everything.
and it's just unbelievable. And the amount of other people that are talking about him, like LeBron and Steve Nash on their podcast recently, were
Yep.
talking
Yeah,
about how incredible he is, and pretty much he's getting all kinds of love everywhere. So I would expect, I mean, for sure he's going to be an all star, and I think he's
yeah,
pretty much locking himself in for most improved and all NBA for the end of the year.
yeah. I think that could be um, definitely something that's there. That's totally within reach. But again, going back to he was making the plays. I mean, he throws the ball to Tumani, and it's like Tamani, you're open, and there's no. He just catches it, lets it fly, and it's like if that doesn't go in, it's almost more surprising now. It's like that's going in. It's going in. Um, and then it's happening across the board. You have being shorthanded. You still have people coming in that are. We got two-way players that are getting big minutes in crunch times
Well, I mean, put a
in
pin in
City
that
and
because that's going to become its own problem here pretty soon. Because the 2-way
yeah,
players can only, what's the limit? 45 games, 55 games,
uh,
something like that.
I think it's some. Yeah, it's right there. 45. I thought it was 50. It's
So
something. Yeah,
they're
you're
already coming up close to their limits. I mean, we're halfway through the season, and
well, at
so
this point, you freaking sign them. I mean,
but that's what I'm getting at is that you don't have roster spots I don't think that you can give them contracts without cutting somebody else. And then who
well,
are you cutting?
can you not? That'd be interesting to see. You can't. Can you not sign them as just as a roster, and then you don't have anybody that swings? We only have 15, right? Or do you move Cook down? I mean, whoever Cook isn't Cook on the team, and he hasn't.
Oh yeah, actually that I he has moved into the prime is going to get cut spot instead of Ryan Repair. I forget about him.
Cook, and then you have I don't. Who else do you put out? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I don't even know what our. We should have that up somewhere, right?
I don't know what the exact rules are. I know you can only have a couple of the 2A spots, and I don't know if you convert them to a full contract. if you actually have those spot, yeah, I need to look into this more.
You go, is it depth? Would it look for that?
I don't think
Danny
it
Shade, no,
it
Love,
doesn't
Repair, Chris
spell out
Murray.
the rules of the salary cap well enough to.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have that. Just even our roster. So you've got, God, we're 19 and 20. Um, Matisse, is Wesley going to be back this year?
Yeah,
He'll be back.
he's
Matisse,
out.
Shaden,
They
Repair.
just said he got out of his boot like a week ago.
So nice. Yeah, Javante Cook. I haven't even seen him play much at all. I don't know. Has he played a game this year? Even scrap time?
Yeah, he has. He's gotten in a couple times.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We have 17 people on the roster. So, holy smokes. Do you, I guess if I would do that, I think they would probably keep City because of his size and his flexibility. Um, I don't want to see Love go down, but I don't want to be like, all right, you got to just go there. He's gonna get picked up if he goes back down, though.
Yeah, that's what I don't want. I mean, we need to pick up both of those guys, and I don't want them to go to other teams just because they've had their growth and initial success with us, and uh, and there's chemistry
Could you?
there. Besides the fact that the players obviously like each other, so um,
Yeah, you
and
got them
it
all.
comes back to the other question that we keep getting into of what move are you making that makes sense? Like, we've done
Yeah,
it in the context of bigger players, talking about pipe dreams of Giannis and stuff like that, but then it doesn't make any sense. It's like any player that is making more than $50 million, the amount of stuff that you have to give up to acquire that player, how then have you screwed up your chemistry, your rotation, your everything? I can't think. Like, if there was another Denny Avdia trade now, and you could trade, uh, let's say Jeremy. I mean, it's Jeremy Grant or Drew Holiday, and out of
true.
those two, I think I would rather have Drew. But they both played so well this year that I kind of don't want to lose either
Yeah,
one of them. But in the pipe dream of this scenario where we're talking about possible trades, like who are you trading for that improves the team? Like, clearly improves the team. I can't think of anybody.
like you said, and not throw any chemistry or any of that off. There isn't a way I see that playing out in a positive manner. Like a one for one, maybe.
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant for somebody
Ooh,
big, but what does that give you?
ooh. I
There
mean,
isn't
like,
anybody. And the way
pick
Jeremy
pick
plays,
I like, regardless of, is this plausible or is this something that's actually going to happen? Like, just think of a player that you trade Jeremy for that steps in and fills that role and is good chemistry and can do what Jeremy does and is of the size that Jeremy is. I can't think of anybody that, like,
I
teams
think
are going to be willing to part with for Jeremy.
I don't know if anybody would fit and fill for this team and where this team is located. I mean, that plays a role of it. Jeremy is so laid back and casual. It's like, I'm Portland. Yeah, that's his attitude. I mean,
Well,
that's
and
that
he
style.
was also born here, so
Yeah,
that's got to
that's
be a,
true.
a little bit of
It's like
a
this is home. Technically, it is home. Um, birth home. Um, yeah, I don't see it. I mean, there's some things I put on that stuff to talk on today, and that's one of them. It's like the overall feeling I get from this team, and I'm jumping down there, but it feels really good to see them play this way. And I'm just like, oh come on, can we have a full healthy squad? And just what could this team do for a full year of everybody
they
healthy,
were talking
including
about
having Dame back?
they were talking about that in the Rip City wrap up, after the last game. They were saying Denny right now, with the crappy shooters that we have, is averaging 6 or 7 assists a game. He's like, think of what that's going to turn into when the person that he's passing to is Damian Lillard.
And it's gonna be it's either you're going to be throwing. I mean, it's assists because I mean he's if you've watched Dame shoot already, his shot is still it's like he didn't stop, and or he's going to have wide open lanes because nobody can help off of him. You know, and that ball if that ball gets swung at all, and it's going to open up so much. I would think if he gets what are you going to do? Stop Denny from driving so you
No,
have two.
who's going to do that? I mean,
That doesn't happen now.
I already
That
don't
doesn't
agree with your premise that like who's stopping Denny right now? Right now, he is a wrecking ball.
if a team tries to stop him, you have too many shoot. If you add Dame to that mix, that's just one single player, and he does. And the advantage that he has is he pulls that defense out even farther because you have to pick him up at the 3 point line, and his
You,
range is 30. I
you
mean,
should
literally his
you should adjust your sentence structure, not if, when.
when that's true. When he's back, he's already the. I showed somebody the blip of him just not even warming up, but he was shooting drills from the logo, just jumpers from
Yeah,
the
I
logo
saw that
repetitively.
the other day, and he's like, I'm still not moving totally right, but I'm logo's back.
It's, it's just like, come on, dude. He's getting like just a little single step to the side launch, boom, step to the side launch, little dribble, and it's just like, dude, that is you can have somebody in front of you. You're 30 feet from the freaking hoop, and you're just cash.
That's one of the things I think he's going to need to make an adjustment on is that part of him coming back is that I hope, and I really hope from the gravity that Denny creates that a lot of Dame's scoring is going to become much easier. So he's going to be able
I
to
hope so
have
too.
similar output without taking all the abuse that he took in previous
Yeah.
years.
The thing that, and you know this just from injuries that what you've had and we've seen, it's the mental aspect. If he used to be able to, if you crowd him, he could go by you, and if he gets one drive, now it's like okay, he may only he doesn't need to have the ball now, which is different too, though. If he's off the ball and really off the ball, he can still bring the ball up, and it's like, what are you going to do? He's a threat at half court, and then everybody has to be locked in, and we can run whatever or catch Denny on the move. And
It's going to
you
be
got to
an
try to jump
adjustment.
back.
It's going to be an adjustment for him because he's much slower paced than what we've been playing at.
Yeah, but again, I still think that, and it's
He'll make the adjustment.
he's yeah
He's already made the adjustment watching him. He's sitting there
Yeah, yeah.
scheming how he's going to fit in while he's cheering on
Oh,
the bench. So
it
I'm
is
not
it
worried
is
about it, but he is going to
yeah
need to make an adjustment.
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. That's probably the biggest thing is I'm excited to see that. I would like just can we please see everybody healthy? If we had the defense that we had at the start of the season, we get Wesley back, Matisse back, and then and at this point they can slowly work back in. And it just like you were saying at kind of the same point of where you're lightening the load off of the other people to do other things, and then they get to do what they're really good at, and which we've talked about all this time of wanting. Everybody has brought their game up on the part that's their not weaknesses, but that they're not focused on. Which you have Tumani now. Tumani, I have full confidence. It's like, dude, you can come up and hit three threes, three, four, 3 or 4 threes a game.
Yeah.
That's nothing. You should be averaging 12 to 16 points a game.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and at that point, and at that point, he now has that capability. We have two freaking G League two-way players, which they haven't played in the G League really, but we have two-way players that are playing and they're going against we just beat Houston twice with them.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a main role in that thing against,
Yeah, they were both
a
really important
pretty top team.
pieces.
Yeah, I just to see a full healthy team would be that would be it would be fun. I mean, and everybody, I think we've wanted to see, hey, get that taste of what it's like and not get there this year. and then next year go, all
Well,
right.
yeah, that's the key, and that we're already too. I think we're already too good, and we're already like dangerously flirting with getting into the playoffs. I think getting into the playoffs this year would be a devastating blow. To not get a draft pick in this draft is would I
Yeah.
I mean
Unless you're, hey, pull off some miracle, you know, I don't know how they do that, but something with it. I know obviously we'd have it.
what a
I
trade?
yeah, well,
Nobody's trading a
somehow to get a pick.
2026 draft pick.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
No. I mean, maybe whoever wins the champion, maybe OKC will. One of the one. I mean, like their pick,
Something,
which is going to be shitty. I'm sure. I don't know how many picks they have in this draft, but
still, yeah. No, but that is the challenge. Can you, I think what our, like, we go back to what we said the first one of these we did, the how many wins, losses. I think we're going to be really close still. There's nothing that says we can, 500 ball is 500 ball. 41 and 41. I think what I said 39 and you said 36, or did we adjust that as well?
I think our initial. I think my initial one was 37.
Why does this not go back? Oh, bum, bum, bum. What did we say? Starting five bench.
Yeah, mine was 37. Yours was 39.
Okay. Oh, there it is. They projected at 34, so I think we would. Yeah, I think that that's still under 500 or 500 ball, and the way they're playing, that's going to be bottom of the play-ins,
Right, but
playoffs.
we're already in ninth place. I mean, and we're not going to fall out of the play-in.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah. Is that just at this point you got such crap teams at the bottom? It doesn't even matter.
yeah, and man, I just don't want to win the play-in and then get smoked by OKC in the first round. And lose the draft pick. That seems like the worst possible outcome this year.
That would, yes, yeah, that would suck.
Oh no, the worst possible outcome would be all of that, and then Chicago drafts the next Michael Jordan with our pick. That would be the worst outcome that could happen this year.
Is there anybody of that caliber in this draft? I don't
Yeah,
know
there's
any.
three guys that all could be number one. Darren Peterson, AJ DeBansa, and Cam Boozer are
Oh,
all
Boozer.
picked. And it's funny is watching Boozer, he's the least impressive looking of all of them, but he's just like fundamentally sound. And even though he's not
Better
the
be.
most athletic guy in the world, he's strong and he gets to where he wants and he does what he wants and he's smart. And so it's like he seems like he might not go first, but he could be a first. He's and
Is he?
he's leading Duke as a freshman and they're undefeated.
And he's going to, yeah, I was just going to say, which school is he at? It's like, yeah, he's going to have, it's like, you can't not go there and you're going to come from a lineage of, pick somebody who went there. And it's just like, okay.
His dad.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm saying, yeah, just the other people that went to Duke. And it's like, okay, if you come out of there, you're probably going to be fundamentally solid. He's already going to be fundamentally solid because he's got a dad that's probably like, nope, you're doing this right from, you know, 3 years old.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I watched a video comparing the three of those, and supposedly of the three, so like Cameron Boozer, what is he? He's like 6'8", 6'9", big strong guy, not super athletic. AJ DeBansa is 6'9" and incredibly athletic, and just like the second coming of Tracy McGrady kind of athletic. And
That's
then Darren Peterson is 6'5", but he has a 6'10" wingspan, and he's the best scorer of the bunch. And they're already comparing him to Michael Jordan and Kobe, and so he's that kind of a 6'5" guard. And he plays defense, and
that's good.
so they're actually they're listing him as number one right now. And actually, they in the video they were saying that there was a game where they Darren Peterson and AJ Bansa, their college teams played each other, and going in, AJ was listed as the number one prospect, and Darren Peterson took it as a slight, and so in that game, AJ scored 49 points, and then Darren scored 63
Jesus.
and won. So like that's the kind of talent those guys have, and they were making a big deal about how, you know, Darren Peterson, you know, making a beef out of AJ getting ranked higher than him and then going out and performing against him like that while he's putting up almost 50. It's like that's the kind of chip on the shoulder that is pretty rare and NBA teams just drool over.
Yeah. That's yeah. Um,
And that's the other thing about the draft is that you could just be in the top 3 and you're going to get an amazing player.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They don't show anything in here of this next 26 at all.
That's an interesting thing. So let's do another pipe dream exercise here. It's the end of the season. Portland has lost in the play-in tournament, and we have not made the playoffs. And we do well enough in the draft lottery that we move up, and we're a top 3 pick. Who are you picking for Portland? The 6'5" freak athletic chip on his shoulder shooting guard, or the 6'9" freak athletic Tracy McGrady clone, or the 6'9", 6'10" power forward do it all smart guy that just plays the game the right way? Who fits better on Portland, and whose minutes are you taking away to get that player?
The first thing that comes to mind, I would say I would not pick the guard. As good as it is, I think. Well, crap. We've got one sitting on the bench, and I guess that depends on where Scoot's leg is at. Or do we just bail on that?
I would say already Darren Peterson is a better shooter than Scoot is, even though, you know, it's a Scoot's on the team and Darren is not.
Is he, I mean, if he has the attitude, if he has a Kobe, and that's the guy with the Kobe Jordan attitude, right?
Yeah.
If he has that, you put him under the wing of Dame, and it's like Dame has that attitude, and he has no fear of whoever's in his face.
Well, so this is where I'm coming from with it, is that my initial thought is that out of those 3 skill sets, I like Darren Peterson because of the outside shooting, and what is our worst skill is outside shooting. So for that, I like it, but it's a logjam at guard. He's 6'5" with a 6'10" wingspan. So he's bigger than any of our guards. Oof. And he's aggressive on D. And so it's kind of that thing that I kept saying about like Scoot and Shea, quoting Danny Meringue about, give him the Joker test. It's like you go in and it's like, all right, we're hiring. You break a pool cue, you throw it on the table, and it's like, all right, this is your job interview. It's like, fight it out. And so if you bring in a rookie that has that much attitude and scrap and competitiveness, Scoot and Shea need to raise their game or get out of the way.
Yeah.
If a rookie can beat 4th and 5th year players, that says everything to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to just read what some of these guys, someone on Sports, SB Nation, this guy has Boozer ahead of everybody. What you said, give me the ball, I'm going to score. I know of basics. Stop me.
Yeah. So I like that a lot. He would be my second choice, maybe my first choice. The only reason he isn't definitely my first choice is because whose playing time are you then taking away from, Tamani or Denny, to give him playing time. With the guard, it's a little bit better to me because you either have old guards that are going to age out here in a couple years, or you have the younger guards that have yet to really prove themselves. Although Shea is stepping up more. Just lost you. All right, I'm gonna pause the recording. All right, so after a little glitch, we're back. One thing I've noticed this year is the feel of the team is different from the last couple of years, and this is what it feels like to me. And let me see if this is what it feels like to you. You know how Dame teams just figured out ways to win, and they
Yeah.
were always better than predicted. Like,
Yes.
we went through this every year with Dame. People would predict we would suck, and we would always overperform. And you were always a cheerleader, and you were always like, "Oh, they're going to be great," and blah blah blah. And I was always negative Nancy, and no, they're going to suck. And you ended up being right more often than me. It feels a lot like that. Like they're figuring out how to win in the ways the Dame teams figured out how to win. And I wonder if he has that much of an influence that
There's I've thought of this as well, and I agree with you in that feeling. It feels good to see them win, but seeing them win with like growth. It's literally okay. They made mistakes, and okay, you didn't see the same mistake. Side tangent. Please get better inbound plays. Good God, I want to punch these people. It is
I don't know.
ridiculous that we
I don't know what that is, because that's been a problem through
years,
more than a decade. More than a
easy
decade.
20 years. That goes
And
back to freaking
I
Wallace and shit. Yeah,
that last turnover where
reached over the top of it.
running to the corner
And throw it that way.
and oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ. Throw the shit in the middle of the court and have somebody go to it. You're at least got it in bounds. It's not going out of bounds. You're going to get a foul or something, or just somebody run a freaking pick and run right at the ball and go, give me the ball right here. Throw it right to me. They're not going to come over my back. I've got it. Thank you. I mean, yeah.
They need to work some kind of back screen thing for Shaden Sharp and then pass it to him at like 15 feet in the air so he can go up and get it and nobody else.
Robert Williams.
Right.
Robert Williams. Here, jump ball, go get it.
Right.
Back to the main point. The feeling of the team. Yes, I agree with you 100%. There is that feeling of, look, we're going to find a way. I think a lot of it with Dame was Dame. Dame was like, I'm going to have to bail you out, but we're winning because we're winning. I'm not losing this. No, we have a chance. It's a chance. They've done that with growth. They've learned from it. It's you probably got to look a little more in depth, I think, to see some of it. But they honestly, like watching the Houston game, the second one, I was like, this is where it happens. We fall apart and something goes, and it's like they didn't do it. And then they didn't do it again, and they came back from.
They won by several possessions, whereas the first win was a blind luck, 10th of a second more on the clock, and we lose that game.
Yeah.
And then the next one we won convincingly in the game where Durant moves into 6th place all time or 7th place all time.
I think you have a point that there is Dame's mental approach to the game is super. I mean, he's otherworldly, like mentally strong, and I don't think he's. I would love to have like isolated camera on him, but I know I've seen him in some things coming out of like timeouts and stuff, and he talks to players, talks to Denny and says stuff, and it's like, so you're getting that mentality that's from a player standpoint that's not a coach. So, but it is a coach. I think some of that goes the whole chemistry of everybody. It's like, cool, we got a coach that's just another player who's got a temporary tag, and good, he's just another guy.
I just thought of a great analogy. Dame is a leaking bottle of glue on the bench. That's all he is. He's just leaking out glue that is bringing the team together. That's the whole thing.
I am all for that. I want to see him step on that floor with a large gun of glue and shoot everybody and just look. We're gonna win this stuff. Um, and I thought of that. Somebody brought up the point as another point of it. They feel different. Yes. Somebody talked to me like, oh, they're going to trade this, and he threw out like, hey, trade um, Jeremy Grant or Drew or something for Kaminga, and I was just like,
No.
no, yeah, but yeah, he said that too. But my other thought is like, I don't think they're going to do much at all, minor peripheral at the most, because they brought Dame in here for what we have. Dame came here going, I like what we have. This is the team he wanted 5 years ago,
Right.
you know. And now it's like he's just sitting there and you're seeing that team grow and be even more, or I'll say this, they become more than what they were, and they will be less reliant upon what Dame adds. And then it's going to be like, okay, it's not that you don't have that. It's like, hey, everybody now is stepping up. And then, oh, let's bring in Dame. That's just going to go, oh, well, now we got, oh, okay, that was not fair. Now you got a freaking sharpshooter that how do you add this to the mix and how do you stop that?
Well,
Um,
what I'm hoping and what we were kind of touching on earlier is that the Dame can step into the situation and get. So he last averaged what 25 points for Milwaukee. I want him to average at least 20 points on like 60% of the effort that he put out to get the 25 points before.
oh, I mean,
And so just much more efficient, much less attention to him because of the attention that Denny's going to be drawing. And
anybody you'd get him, Tumani, what Klingon is going to draw. I mean, Klingon is there. We haven't even touched on him. Klingon is starting to get that. I'm a big man and I'm going to have some attitude now.
he's
And
starting to show stuff that like no, it seems like nobody was aware that he had in his game. I
yeah,
mean,
I heard Lamar Hurd said something about that. He was going. It's like he was a little surprised, but he's like, it's there. It's just he hasn't been ready to release it or to show
yeah,
it.
I think I saw that on the broadcast. They were splitting the hair of adding something to your game versus showing something that's in your game that you haven't had a chance to show. And it's like he's not adding stuff to his game. He's getting a chance to show things that were already there that he was never asked to do.
Yeah. His like we both were in the one game where last I think we were over at your place watching it, that when he did that spin move baseline and we're just like, where
What?
was that?
Yeah, where'd that come from?
um, but he even did in the last game, either the first or the second one, he did that like screen and then drove, and it's like, oh, then he kicked, and it was just like, if you get a threat, that's the Mason Plumlee where like, oh, no one's on me, 2 dribbles, I'm gonna try to dunk it on you.
Yeah. I
And
don't
if he,
I don't think
just
he's never going to be as quick or because Mason Plumlee, even though he is a dumpster fire shooting, he is pretty nimble for a 6'11" guy.
yeah,
I think a better comparison I saw was Marc Gasol after Marc Gasol developed a 3-pointer. Yeah, I think
yeah,
he's much more size wise similar
yeah.
to Gasol. But that's a great comparison. I'd much rather have Marc Gasol than Mason Plumlee any day.
Yeah.
Rather have Marc Gasol than any of the Plumlees. I'd rather have Marc Gasol than all 3 of the Plumlees at the same time.
I think Klingon is going to be, excuse me, he's improved in ways that is beneficial to us. He needed to have the shot. He still shoots probably 1 or 2 too many at times, but it's like, you're open, okay, take it. If you hit it,
Yeah,
great.
but like I think, for like when he first started doing that, I was cringing every time, and now he has earned the right to take those shots without me cringing. And the other
Yes.
thing, tell me if you've seen this. Do you think that all of the things that people praise Young for or praised Young for in the summer of all the Chinese Jokic and all this shit. Do you think that that kind of just made a little green light pop over Klingen's head where he's like, I can do some of that stuff. He's getting
I
all this praise for this. Why fuck, I'll start doing this. And
I think that's I think him coming in shape was one. I think yes, that opened up his like, oh well, and it's also going to be a thing. I'm sure Hansen in practice has done some of those, and people are like, "That was cool." We just got a big 7-footer that threw a dime between somebody. And even Klingen has thrown. There was one in the Houston game. He threw that baseline to
yeah,
Denny.
yep.
That was, I think, called a foul before it on the drive, but
It
he
was a
still threw it, and
it was a
it
great
was
pass.
before it.
And it was
Yeah,
and anticipate it wasn't to where he was, it was where he was going to be
yeah,
if he wasn't fouled. And
yeah,
yeah, that was a
yeah.
great pass. I know exactly
And
what.
I think that's because you see Hansen do stuff, and you're like, oh yeah, he saw that. He almost gets that like, go, you're supposed to go. I'm gonna throw that pass if you're there. I can throw that. That's easy. Um, he has, I think, a more natural piece to it. He just doesn't have his mind is still going, and the game's going like this, and he's still like, oh wait a minute. He's not. It's not that it's slowing down for him. It's that he doesn't have the processing power yet. Although I mean, he did pretty well against Adams. I mean, he got the crap beat out of him quite a bit. Got his head landed on too.
Yeah.
And they say
Did
it's not
you
physical.
see the close-ups of the scratches? Holy
Yeah,
crap.
that was straight. Not like, oh, that's just nails across it. That's like, nope, we're slicing you. They were there 2 days later at still solid red and healed, but it's like, yeah, those are some scrape marks. That's not just, hey, you're scrape the surface, and those are going to leave a little scar. That'll leave a scar. That's a cut.
They were saying in the Rip City wrap up that seeing them up close that they were actually deep. He's like way deeper than they looked
Yeah,
on TV. Um yeah, it's crazy to me that
yeah. I mean, and Adams is obviously a tough guy, and I think I agree with what you said though. I think that in practice, Donovan gets the bang against him, and it's like, well, and or just to see him do moves, it's like I can do that too. He's worked. He's honestly, you've seen him improve his shooting. You've seen him at least put the ball on the floor a couple times and look to do something more than I'm a post and I just rebound. Even the way he gets rebounds now, it's like he's getting rebounds and he's like landing and it's like outlet. Where can I go? It's faster than just
yeah.
concentrate on getting the rebound. Um,
You
yeah, it's
see you
been
see why UConn won championships 2 years in a row.
yeah, yeah. He is. I mean, his kudos to him for the accolades of just top rebounder as a second year player in the league, dude. You're competing with the bigs, the big
Yeah.
dogs. The Rudy Gobert's and other people that they've done this for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Um, yeah, he's been playing well. Um, I agree. Yeah, he's his game has opened up, and it's like, oh, he has it there. It's just now he gets to actually use it because somebody else maybe did it, like you're saying. Yeah, Hansen did something and is like, oh, well, yeah, let me try that. Um, then anything else? What off of that? Yeah, feelings are great. I was gonna say, I didn't like seeing. I don't know. I didn't see any stat or any report today. Robert Williams, his knee. They said it was acting up
Yeah,
last
I
game.
heard they said it was soreness, but I don't know how honest they are in any of that. I hope it's just soreness.
Because yeah, I don't know what knee he hurt last time. Yeah. Either way, yeah, I didn't see him. Land. I didn't see anything in the game. I didn't see him do anything to like land and tweak and run weird or like, oh,
I
I
didn't
need
I didn't
twist
either.
it.
He was just out of the game, and then they made a comment about it, and I was like, "Oh, well, that
Yeah,
sucks."
yeah. We don't need him. He makes such a difference on the floor, even if it's freaking 10 minutes.
Well,
Just like,
they're
okay,
also
rebound
they're also starting to experiment with 2 big lineups where Rob is the 4
and Young.
and then
Young
there's
is the
yeah,
center.
well, him or Klingon, and
I like that actually.
yeah, it's an interesting look, and when Klingon is hitting threes, it makes a lot more
Freaking
sense.
rebound beast inside. Either way, at that point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's yeah, that's been fun to see. So it's just been good, you know. I mean, even like I talk to my mom. I'm always telling her like what you're saying, you know, and then getting my mental approach is like we don't want to make the playoffs because we lose the pick. That's the best way we improve. You know, how
Well,
do we get?
not only is it the best way that we improve, but it's the best way that we improve with at the least dollar value because
Yeah, true.
they're locked into a rookie scale contract for 4 years, and so I mean that's a big piece of it too. Like so much of being able to put this team together is that Denny is on the cheapest contract in the world. Dame is on a vet min. It's like if
Yeah.
if
James
De-
is nothing.
if Denny was getting paid what he's worth, and if Dame was on a normal contract for what he's normally, we would be a second apron team right now, and we wouldn't be able to do anything
Oh yeah, that yeah. You never think about that. Thank you, Milwaukee, for
for
sucking that contract.
buying it out. Still can't believe that they did that. The
Um,
dead money, stretch it for 5 years. It's like 2 year contract and stretch it for 5 years. Ouch.
oh, that is nuts. So yeah, Dame is on a $14 million per year contract for us currently.
Right.
He is making $271,000 less than Denny Avia.
Right, and Danny's contract is descending, so next year it's 12 million, and the year after that it's 11 million.
Yep. Dame makes more. Dame makes 200 grand more than him next year, and he'll make 300 more. Gosh, and Denny is. There's got to be a backloaded bonus there somewhere. There you go. We're just gonna drop you.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering about that. It's like, do you actually attempt to like tear up his contract at some point next year and go, we would like
Here.
to lock you up long term
Yeah.
and pay you more, and
Oh, so they're right now looking at that just as we lose. So DeAndre's is off at the end of this year. Um, so we're at where's the total? 200. We go from 196 to 165 because we lose DeAndre's 35 million. But so Blake Wesley, Duop, Repair, Matisse, and Robert Williams are all only through 26. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10. So we have 10 people under contract through 27. Man, and even
yeah, but all
Christopher.
all those all those people are. It's not like they're stars looking to
Yeah,
break out or something
yeah,
like that. So I think that we're going to be able to re-sign all of them.
yeah. That is true. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's that's going to be. Whew. Yeah, you may need to just say, "Hey, we're going to lock you up for a couple more years. We're going to tear this up. Here you go. Here's a 4 year, $25 million a year contract."
Or maybe you talk to him about after his career, it's like you want to be an assistant coach or something like that, or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's got
Because the other thing is if you don't do that and you keep him on the cheap contract, that means that you have more room to sign other players and make the team better.
yeah. And that maybe that's one of those extend him longer for less for longer time to get the same amount out of it. I don't know how that. I don't know that's beyond my mental
I don't
capacity of
think they
looking
can.
at.
I don't think they can do that.
Denny signed a 4 year, 55 million and 23. Dun dun dun. Dame, he still gets. How much is he getting paid from? He's still getting 50 mil from Milwaukee, isn't he?
No, because since they waived and stretched him, they stretched. He had 50 million over 2 years for because he had like 100 something million left on his contract, and they stretched that out to 5 years. So he's getting paid, I think, 22 million a year by Milwaukee for the next 5 years.
Whew.
So he's getting the same money. They just spread it out longer.
That's nuts.
It's insane that I mean, NBA guaranteed contracts, like, man, that is unbelievable. Get one of those and it's life changing. I mean, think about the all of the think Hassan Whiteside got paid $100 million plus contract. God. And what is Hassan Whiteside is not even best known for basketball stuff. It's probably the oh my god, the shots, remember
Yeah.
that thing
Ooh,
that
miss
he
me,
did?
miss me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah, can't even have Damian on the it's like the top people. Man, Curry gets $59 million.
That also doesn't include what Dame gets paid by Adidas.
That's true. I don't know how much he makes from. That'd be interesting what he makes from Adidas. So,
The last
all right, we're
contract,
jumping.
the last contract he signed with Adidas was 300 million plus.
Oh.
And I think it was like a lifetime contract kind of thing. I'm
I
not sure.
think you are right. I think you are. I think that Adidas has signature shoes. That's
And
all
to
right.
totally jump to a different topic, have you seen that Mammoth is coming back to Portland?
I
Opening
saw
up
that with Bush,
for Bush
opening for Bush.
at the
I don't know how
Theater of the
much they're going to
Arts.
get. I
I
don't know
don't
how much they're going to get time.
No, they're the second band. There's going to be an opening band before them. They're going to play for 45 minutes, and I'm not into Bush enough to pay Moda Center prices to go see Mammoth. So I don't know. Probably going to have to miss that one.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I think that went through my head as I was like, yeah, Mike's not going to want to do it. He will have. Wow. Lillard joins LeBron, Kevin, Steph as active NBA players with lifetime shoe endorsement contracts. 34-year-old will exceed 600 million in career salaries from his on-court and shoe contracts. He might get to $1 million or $1 billion.
Yeah.
Lifetime announced this year that is named the gymnasium court at the company's headquarters after Lillard. That's nice. Oh, this was like, that was last year, 2 years ago.
And then how much money is he making from his move insoles and from his dealership?
I bet the dealership is probably a write-off in some ways.
Yeah.
600 million.
Although that is true. Car sales have kind of gone into the shitter the last few years, haven't they?
I think so, a little bit. Oh, this is just old. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Who knows? We're
Well,
jumping off. But
yeah, probably should wrap it up. That's a good. Oh man, we're at 53 minutes. That's plenty of time. Anyways, thank you all for watching and listening to us ramble about our excitement with the team. And do you have anything else before we go?
I think that's about it. We get another test. We get the Knicks tomorrow.
Yeah, they're shorthanded, so I think that's winnable. Although we are also getting into the territory of I'm going to start wishing for losses again.
This is the challenge is it's like it's nice to see the growth mentally and like, no, we're gonna win. We can win. We can win. You don't ever want to break out of that. You do not want injuries. You want that success and growth. And is it, or is that a point where it's like, hey, you guys are rolling. Fuck it, floor it. Let's go. See what you can do.
I don't know.
You making
I think we've already seen what they can do. Like for Denny, we've already seen what we can do. There's some other players that maybe we could maybe see more from Shaden. We definitely need to see something from Scoot once he gets back.
Yes, I agree with that.
I mean, that's the most frustrating part of this year is that we aren't able to make evaluations on players that we desperately need to make evaluations on if we're gonna like move and
Forward.
make a trade or whatever we're gonna do. We can't do that if they're not playing together.
Is that will that cause a change if we get Wesley back and Matisse back? I don't think we're going to get Scoo back until a ways. I'm not really. I mean, yeah, he's got a whole lot of work to do. But you get those two guys back, and then do you readjust that? How long does it take to readjust the defensive, you know, dogs, if you would,
I don't know.
to
I think you have to ease back into it because you're bringing for Matisse, an injury-prone player back from another injury, and with Blake, you're bringing a really active player back from a foot break, which I don't think you want to go have him go hard coming back from that.
yeah,
So I think you're going to have to just really take it easy on them as you get them back into it, and so that defines your pace of play. I don't think you can play at the pace that they were playing at first. So I think that what they need to do to answer your question is they need to make so they've adjusted from that tempo and pressure that they had with Wesley and Matisse, and they've slowed things down, and they've all the things that we said at the beginning of this where they've Shaden stepped up, Donovan stepped up, Ceedy stepped, a bunch of people stepped up, and it's allowed Denny and Tamani to do less and therefore be more effective in what they're doing. I think that you have to stay on that track and fit Blake and Matisse in with that same style of play. And then with health and getting your win back and your NBA shape back, then you can start dipping in
yeah,
to
that makes
that
absolute
kind of
sense.
pressure here and there.
Yeah,
And then maybe if you have success with that, then ratchet it up. But I don't know. I on one hand, I like that we've developed another style of play because that's the kind of thing you have to do. This is the
yeah.
key to the NBA game. It's like you have some success, teams get film on you, they scout what you're doing, they take away that success from you, and then you have to come up with a slightly different way of having success. And then that same thing happens again, and they take that away, and you have to come up with a different one. And then sometimes when you're on that third iteration, some of the first stuff opens up again, and then it's a mishmash of how do you
So you're saying we're
take it.
doing it the right way now.
I think
We
so.
had to have the issues. Well, I mean, if we, I'm going to put that in the same point. If we go forward now with that same thought process, exactly what you said, we had speed go after everybody 94 feet. That went away, and we went, oh, and then we went, okay, let's reapproach and take them on this way. Now our defense at times, I mean, against Houston, I don't think we play as good because we don't have all the pieces, but we play solid defense. We play great team defense. We do at points shut teams down. It's like that's nice to see. We don't get as physical as OKC. We're not as I mean they're on people.
Yeah.
Um, but can we then go like you said? We feed back Wesley. We feed in Matisse here and there, and go okay. Let's open that first one back up a little bit out of the blue, and people be like, "Oh, here you go. How the hell are we going to get around this now?" And we can just and it's two or three possessions. Boom. Okay, it's done. Come out. Let's go back to what we do. What we've done most of this year or this. For this season and this chunk, the second iteration, not the third, which is a mix of the first and the second. Or hey, let's go back to the first. So I think I agree. I think if we go that way, we're building that. Hey, we got three different ways we can play. Hey, playoffs are going to be different.
Right.
Look, okay, let's lock down. Which, who was it? One of the guys said, it's like one of the assistant coach said it. You play back to back like that. It's like mini playoffs. You don't get to adjust. You got the same team coming. You know what they're going to do, and
Right.
I think both teams they adjusted to it defensively to who to stop.
Oh, yeah, Houston made
But
great adjustments, and they
yeah,
shut down Denny in the first half, but he still found other ways to be effective, and he was getting
yeah,
other people involved, and thank God Tamani started off so
yeah.
hot, and
bomb. Yeah, that was spectacular. Just a all right. I'm gonna drop 15,
The
or
other
whatever.
component of having players come back healthy is that what I think it's going to be a bigger difference than it seems that just to give all the heavy minute players a couple minute break here and there. How much more
Yeah,
effective are they going to be? How many of the little times where they're obviously exhausted and they're leaning over and grabbing their shorts and everything, and it's like, how many of those do you remove from the game situation by having a better rotation and being able to sit them for a couple minutes? And so I think that there's,
you look
besides
at
the
that.
contributions of the players, just giving Tamani and Denny breaks is going to be a gain in and of itself.
Yeah, all right. Because you look at the second Houston game, this last one, Duop came in. Denny was on the bench in that
We
run.
don't win without him.
No,
We
and
don't
Denny
win.
sat for the whole first half of that quarter.
Right.
It was
He
like,
and Duop had 2 amazing blocks
yeah,
and hit a couple
flying.
threes, and, man, and
Yeah,
how hard is that to sit as long he has not been playing lately, and to
nope.
come in and just be ready and make winning plays immediately is like,
Yep.
all the people that are saying trade Duop, like a bunch of people are saying this team should pick him up, and then it's like,
Yeah, he's he's that guy you love to cheer for because again, it is tough to just okay. I'm gonna sit. My basketball career is pretty much, oh yeah, sit. Okay, go. Full blast. I'm sitting for 3 quarters, and it's okay. Come in and hit shots or hit defense, and the 2 blocks, both blocking 2 threes out there.
right.
Then he blocked. He flew at 2 of them,
Yep.
and it's just like any of those go. That's such a momentum change for them.
Right.
And to get a piece of that, and then, yeah, that was spectacular. But I didn't think about hit. We don't win without him. But Denny also sat for that. He got a longer rest to come back in at the end and
Right.
do the few things that he did. And given they were both defensive stops, he did hit a three, but it was like his defensive pick on Thompson, and then the
He
after
just
that the
he just
dive on the
made
floor.
winning plays. I mean, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He made winning plays, and
Yeah,
that's tremendous to have somebody who can be your 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th guy on the bench and come in and do that. It's like, well, that is worth well more than he's making on his salary.
that is definitely true. So, all right, well, yeah, we jumped on another topic, but no, I don't think I have anything else outside of that. Outside of Go Blazers for tomorrow, I'm gonna look forward to that. I get to watch it. Hopefully, it's dead at work, and I get to somehow. We don't have a TV. I can try to stream it on a phone somehow.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yep.
that. Can't get two isn't online, is it? No, I
Not
don't
unless
think
you
they.
buy Blazers Vision.
That sucks.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
stick
three
a wire
o'clock
in a TV.
tomorrow. And yeah. Uh, other than that, I can't think of anything else I was going to say. I think we're all wrapped up. Oh yeah, thanks for listening, and like, subscribe,
Subscribe
and do,
below. Yeah.
do all the things that help us. All the stuff that YouTubers yap at you about, and it helps trying to grow and make this channel go somewhere so we can provide the quality entertainment and the quality basketball analysis that you are craving when everybody else is talking about stupid trades that should happen or shouldn't happen and all this stuff. We're not going to get caught up in that crap. We are longtime Blazers fans, been watching
Yep.
since the late 70s, and we have watched more
I think it's like early
bas-
70s. Even at
well,
that, we were just born in the early 70s.
no,
Mid 70s.
I'm talking about legitimate when I
Oh yeah,
started to watch. Like, my first ticket stub is 79, I think. And
to seven. Yeah, I was.
and I can't remember if my dad took me to games before that. Like, I don't have memories of 5 and 6 years old very much. Only thing I remember from 5 years old is I do remember going to Star Wars.
um, the thing that pops into my head, I remember going to the games. Oh my gosh, when did he play for the Portland Trailblazers? It was before this. What
Ooh,
year? What year? What year? Audie Norris.
he was early 80s.
Yeah,
Um,
82 is when he drafted. So I remember going to those games. So being a fan prior to that,
what's
that's
the
10
music
years. That's,
video
yeah,
that he's in? Is Walk of Life? Is it
I have no idea.
don't you remember there's a famous music video from the 80s and it shows Audie Norris jumping up and down for a couple seconds, isn't it? Uh Walk of Life. The Walk of Life. Um
Um, that's interesting. Wow, he didn't. I didn't know he did all this stuff after he played. Thompson gave him the nickname the Atomic Dog. Dun, dun,
I don't know if I ever knew his nickname was the Atomic Dog.
I think I remember hearing that.
Hey,
He didn't.
if while you're um pulling out these lesser known names from the 80s, I've got a few for you. These were my introduction to the Blazers. Peter Verhoeven.
Verhoeven. Oh,
Peter
no. Audie
Goodmanson.
Norris is just the one that stands out because he hit a game winner that we were under the hoop at. I remember that. I had front row
Jeff
for that.
Lamp.
Jeff Lamp. You got to
Fat
go back to.
Weaver.
I was just going to say
Darnell
Fat Lever.
Valentine. Calvin Nat.
Calvin Nat.
One of
T.R. Dunn.
one of the biggest trades that we ever made. Calvin Nat for
Kiki. Wasn't it?
Kiki.
Didn't we get
Well,
Kiki Vandeweghe?
yeah, but we gave didn't we give like
Yeah.
6 players up for Kiki?
Yeah, we gave up a lot. I think it was T.R. Dunn, Calvin Nat, Fat Lever were those three, and then whatever else. Who else in that time plays? I mean, you go back. I remember you got the Jeff Petrie. This is all old. This is all championship stuff. But Jeff Petrie, Twardzik. I remember listening to all that stuff with Sean's, man. That was, we're reminiscing.
I'm sure that Audie Norris was in a music video. What video? He's dancing around. It's his celebration, and they only show him for a couple seconds. And I swear,
That's from the game. I bet he hit that game winner. I don't know.
what is Walk of Life? Walk of Life, is that Dire Straits or?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, it is right there. Blazers mentioned in the song. I was listening to Saba's. Maybe that's it. Caller song, no interruption. If you're talking videos, the video for Dire Straits Walk of Life, brief video clip of Blazers legend Audie Norris hopping up and down after he had a big shot to beat the Mavs in a playoff game. Good call, sir. Juzol Tommy.
Actually, you know, it's funny while we're talking about all this 80 stuff. Hold on a sec. I'm going to step away for just a second.
Yes. Audi North Blazers. Mm-hmm. Oh my, sir. You have a few of those. I'm saying you have a few of those.
So I have a stack of of these plastic megaphones from early 80s games and a couple from the 92 playoffs
Wow.
of Verizon Wireless. So that's late 90s. So maybe we'll give away some of these at some point.
That works.
Because I definitely don't need 10 of them.
Oh, I saw it. I can't. I want to see it. There's the game. Yeah. It is the Mavs. He hits a baseline jumper. Oh, I can't. I'd love to see if I was there. I was in the front row of that. My dad bought tickets and he'd never go, but we had tickets to that game under that hoop.
Nice.
And all I remember is it was so loud.
Oh, the Coliseum was deafening.
Yeah, and it literally just sounded like a wave of people came down.
All that concrete and then the glass up top. Man, that was an acoustic nightmare. Anyways, we're getting off. So
Jumped off.
thank
Go
you all
Blazers.
for listening, and go Blazers. All right.
Go. Laters.
Later.